almost good night, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a beautiful Juice Box Thursday. I tell you what, guys, I wasn't gonna play. I got asked to play in a little softball league real late because they needed some people. And last week I played, and I played outfield, and it was an okay. I did all right. I had one error, I think, in the outfield. I definitely feel much slower than I used to be, but last week we ended up losing both games. It is what it is. This week, and after we were done, I was down a little bit just because I don't like to lose, but it wasn't like, I wasn't mad, I wasn't over this, I've never been used to losing, but I've gotten a lot better about it. So, made it through it. Just to play the game is amazing. So, this week, on Monday, my back's been kind of bothering me here and there. And this week on Monday, I went to the gym, and over the weekend, I had like a hyperextended shoulder, and like even just any movement hurt. So I was like, all right, first day back, we're not gonna do anything with the arms. We're just gonna do a back workout, light back workout, you know. And I did, and I happened to hop on a machine where you sit down, and there's a pad in your middle upper back, and you just lean back with your arms crossed, just lean back. And I started at 80 pounds, went up to 110 pounds, felt too light, so I went up to 125 pounds, get on the fourth rep, and I just felt, I have 2 herniated discs. I've rehabbed twice. I've avoided surgery. I've done pretty well, and after chiropractor visits for a while and a lot of rehab in the gym, I stretch every morning. The 5-6 days a week I go, I stretch, hardcore therapy stretches every morning for 20-30 minutes. So I do that to help myself, and then I try to do at least one back workout a week. I need to get back on the core, but I try to do at least one back workout a week. I try to do what I can. I'll put the slide out for a minute. Pause. Alright. So, sorry about that. I was driving past the police station. I don't know. I need to look it up, Google it, because I want to know. Parents used to always tell me, you gotta keep the light off, it's illegal. I think it's just, maybe it was BS. Tell me, if you're watching this, tell me. You ever heard your parents tell you that you can't have the dome lights on, it's illegal to do it while you drive? Maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but my parents used to always tell me, I've heard it. And so anytime, like, I don't like to have it on, but for the video, I have it on. So, anywho, getting back in the story here, I did that back workout. I had that disc from the herniated disc that I had that one of my discs, I just felt it push up and pop. And throughout the day on Monday, I just felt it get more and more stiff and in pain, and I was excruciating pain Monday, even worse on Tuesday, miserable, like back when I was at my lowest point, like I wanted to die in pain. I've talked about it before, not going to go in depth on it here, but I will talk about it in another video sometime. I was in a real low point. I changed jobs because of my back. I could barely, like, getting out of the car, I couldn't stand up normal. I'd be like over this way, you could see my hip popped out basically. Like, it was really, really weird, and it was scary. And I was wondering, like, am I gonna be paralyzed eventually if I bend over? Am I gonna be able to get out of bed the next day? Like, it was a depressing time for many. Like, I lost my insurance because I turned 26 and I couldn't afford my own, and I just opted out, so I couldn't do anything when I worked at Whirlpool. So I changed jobs, cut my income in half, because my ex-fiance said, hey, I've got it, you let me change jobs, blah, blah. And then she ended up cheating on me. So I ended up having to move home, was making fucking like $9-10 an hour after making 20-some an hour at Whirlpool. Not a good situation. I had finally got into a steady job where I'm at now, and it's now a career. And but during that time, I almost lost my car. I had to have that refinanced. Like, the struggle was real. And the back was so bad there for about 1.5 to 2 years longer, through not being able to afford to go to therapy. Just having to suffer. I didn't have insurance, so like I went to the ER one time, and it was like $1,200, and all they did was give me a pill and a a shot. No prescription for anything, just a pill and a shot. And then $1,200. Sucked a lot. But I lived through it. The one thing that everybody always has to know about me is pain. Pain is never going to stop me. Now, there's a difference. There's a time to be smart. There's a time to be smart. But my integrity and the reason why I'm still here, even through some of the things that I've went through and battled through. I mean, I look at people like Chester Bennington, not to that effect, because he's got a lot of different stuff going on. I look at people like, oh my God, why can I not think of his name? It's killing me that it's one of my favorite actors too. Wow. That's crazy. And people know, he's well known, passed away. Anywho, I've been through some stuff, and I'm a very happy person, very positive person. I'm always there for everybody. I put everybody before me, always, and to a fault. Nowadays, I try to be better to myself, but I'm still a very passionate person. So, long-winded, drawn-out story here, but just to give you an idea how passionate, how sympathetic, empathetic, how good of a human I am. I put people in front of myself to a fault. I used to majorly. Now I try to be better about it. But I had some rough times throughout the years to where if I was not mentally strong, I wouldn't be here, honestly. That bad. And I've had quite a few close friends. I mean, two of my really close friends, pretty much best friends in school, have passed away. One when I was in high school, one a couple years after, another one a couple years after, and there's probably more. I mean, there's been quite a few, at least 3 to 5 of my classmates in my class are no longer here. And if I wasn't mentally strong, I wouldn't be here, honestly. But I can't give up. I'll never go away. I'll never shy away. There's way too much for me to do here, and which is why I do these videos. So if anybody's made it far enough in this video, thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys getting through that first 8 minutes there, or the first 7.5 minutes there of just whatever. But honestly, I feel like I have so much purpose and I have so much to do that I could never give up and waste this gift that I feel like I have. This gift that I feel like I have to make a difference and change the world. That's real. I plan to leave a legacy. I plan to make a difference. I want kids and people who are struggling to realize that you're not alone, even in your darkest moments. Try to talk to somebody. Try to meet up with somebody. You can get through this. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. It's going to pass. The sun goes down, but it comes back up. You can make it. You are amazing. You are worth it. You matter. You are beautiful. And you have purpose. And you will be successful. You can't give up. I have not, and I will not, and you guys can't. So the whole topic of this thing, of why I don't give up. I hope this Wendy's is still open. Oh, I don't know if it is. I don't think it is. Hang in there, guys. Pause. So I just went to Wendy's, and they answered and said, give me a minute. And I told them, I said, you guys aren't closing, are you? And they said they're closing in 3 minutes. And I just froze, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to order with you guys having 3 minutes left. I've watched the movie Waiting, but honestly, I'm not going to order when you guys got 3 minutes left to close. No, I'm not going to do that. So I told him, thank you, and have a good night. So, ain't no way I'm making them make me food when they close in 3 minutes. No way. I'll go home and find something to eat. Anyway, so back to the original story about softball. I was not going to play this week because of the back. And yesterday, honestly, I was in the worst pain that I have ever been in, especially in this injury. Like a 12 pain. I could not find relief. I took a long bath. I took whatever I could take, iced for 3 to 4 hours, just ice pack after ice pack after ice pack. And I woke up in the morning, I felt a little bit better. I was able to put my shoes on and my socks on better. The day before, it took me like, shoot, I don't know, 10 minutes. Anywho, I go to the gym, stretch for 20-30 minutes, not planning to actually work out. I do a sit-down bicep, tricep, shoulder workout. Pretty solid because I know that most likely not going to the gym tomorrow unless I'm just stretching because I have a chiropractor appointment at 8 a.m. Thank Jesus. Thank you, everybody. I have a chiropractor appointment in the morning to get set back in. So after that workout, I felt even more limber. I felt better. And I did some practice fake swings. I did some acting like I was throwing. I did some running, and I felt good. Like I felt not 100%, but at least 90%. So I messaged my buddy and said, "Hey, you need me? Can I play? I want to play. I feel a lot better today than I did yesterday." He was unsure, but he ended up letting me play. It was honestly a game time decision. When I called him, he told me that I probably wasn't going to play game one. I was going to play game two because we're doing double headers. And when I got there, he said, "You're starting, you're playing." And they ended up putting me in first base. I have never played first base in my life. I might have played, but very, very rarely. Like, I can count on one hand the amount of times that I played first base, and it was very short-lived. Like, rarely did I ever play. I was shortstop, pitcher, occasional catcher, outfielder. Like, I didn't play first base often. Very, very big props to people. I did it a little bit. Anybody who plays third base or first base, especially third base. I loved shortstop back in that day. I don't know how. That's a dangerous spot. But, guys, I showed up to play. First at bat, I hit a ball through the gap, I think it was. Third and second, or third base and shortstop. I hit through, and I go to take off to run, and I just feel my thigh just seize up, not up, and a shooting pain. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And I hobbled. And I scored on that round. Not on that, but I got hit in. I don't know how I made it. But I pushed through. First game I went 4 for 4 or 5 for 5, something like that. All hits. I think all base hits, maybe one double. But I pushed through. Like every time I'd stretch, be fine for the most part. And then every time I'd run after a hit, on the way to first, it would tense up. And there was just a knot, like just pain. I couldn't run. I don't know why. Like I hydrated today, everything. I probably should have stretched better before the game. That's probably what happened. I'll learn better for next time. But I played through, went 4 for 4, and one error. I had a ground ball come at me, and I thought it hopped. And I thought I was going to hop again, and it died off, and I didn't get down on it. And I can hear my dad yelling. I missed a ground ball, and it wasn't even a heater. I mean, it was not hard. So I missed that one error, but other than that, did great first game. We were up by a lot, and then they ended up coming back in 2 innings and just destroying us. We got run rule. honestly, when we lost, I was like, wait, I thought we won. I didn't realize that we were down. 15-minute mark. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching this. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate it. That means a lot, especially in this video too. Just talking about me and my integrity and my will, strength that I have. So, second game we play, and I think I went 3 for 3 or 4 for 4, all singles, but I had them pinch run for me every time I got on first. And we were in there. We were getting beat bad. They were up, and we ended up making a comeback. We were within 1 or 2 runs, and then we had a collapse. We came close again, and then we had a guy quit out on us. It didn't really matter, but I mean, we had the gaps were hit real well in the late ends of that game, and softball's tough, man. Them balls rotate and they confuse you. I mean, we had a lot of missed catches and stuff in the outfield, but I was out there that first week that I played, and honestly, I had a couple balls that threw me through a loop that I thankfully got, but I was like, wow, that is tough out there. So, no disrespect to anybody like that. It's tough out there. So, I played through it. So, what this whole video was about, the whole premise of it, which was going to be early on in this video, is a man is defined in moments. And that's not sexist. Like a man, a woman, a mother, a father, a person, anything. You are defined in moments. I played first at bat, literally first inning, first at bat. We were up first, and I had an injury that maybe most people probably wouldn't have played through, and I went for it. I did. We had a guy on the bench DHing. I would have batted anyway, but they had me on first base, and I did fine. But a person is defined in moments, and the moment was I pushed through. I was not going to let something take me out of the game. Played through it. Unfortunately, we got double eliminated, and we lost, but to be able to play the game again was amazing. And that's the whole premise of this video, is just, I could have stopped after that first hit when that muscle seized up in major pain every time I tried to run or do anything, trying to bite my lip to stretch to be able to go back out there and play to do the next at bat. I could have stopped. I could have gave up. I could have just said, hey, throw in the towel. You guys play with me out. Play man down. But I played through it, and that's what it's all about. What I talked about in the video, I think this morning, if I'm not mistaken, or it was yesterday morning, one of the two, was I don't half-ass anything. I put my all into everything. And when it comes down to anything in life, you have to play it. If you've played sports or you've been a runner, a swimmer, or anything, if you take your time and you don't prep, you don't do the right things, you don't love the process, you don't push through, you don't test yourself in preparation, and most importantly, when it's time to compete, if you don't give all of your heart and put everything, blood, sweat, and tears into it, and you just you're worried about being overly tired or worried about things, and you end up just poking through it, and then at the end really giving it because you're not sure. Then at the end of the race, at the end of whatever you're doing, you're like, shoot, I have so much in the tank, I wasted. And it's just like running a race. You're running a mile, 2 miles, 3 miles, whatever, and you take it easy, and then you push it at the end because you're not truly aware of your pace, what you can handle, what you can push through, and you push through real hard at the end, and you realize that you still have a ton of energy, and you wish you would have pushed it harder throughout the entire race, and you realize that you wasted that opportunity. That is a moment that all of us have felt and all of us will feel, and I'm telling you right now, if you don't realize it, wake up to that thought or that feeling, it's going to hit you a lot harder in life, especially when you get older. 20-minute mark. Really happy about this video, especially especially with that point that I just made. Life can be so short, but it can also be so long. It's a matter of mindset and what you put into it. And I promise you guys, if you put every ounce of energy, blood, sweat, and tears, passion, all that into everything you do, you don't half-ass it, you give it your all, you push to the limit like there is no tomorrow. You're not going to wake up tomorrow. You live it like that every single day, especially when you start getting older. You put that integrity in anything in life, I promise you, you're going to be the most successful, most happy, blessed person in the world. Nobody will be able to take anything away from you. Honestly, the glory days that you felt when you were younger, the ones, especially for you guys that are young right now, those glory days that you're feeling right now, I promise you, you will miss those days if you don't push hard at a younger age and give it your all. Do not give up on yourself. Push through anything. Never give up. On a fly ball, on baseball, softball, anything, you run it out. On a ground ball, you run it out because you don't know. You force them to get that ball. You force them to throw, make the throw. You push the envelope. You always go for it. Guys, we are all defined by moments. We aren't defined by what we've done. We aren't defined by whatever. We're defined in moments. Every day has many moments available. You get to wake up, especially if you watch this video, you wake up tomorrow, you realize you just got another day. You wake up tomorrow, you realize you just got another day, and you give it your all. Okay? Guys, thank you. This is probably one of the longest videos I've had, especially in a while. I've tried to keep them shorter. Instagram, it's going to be a two-parter. I'm sorry. I can't figure out how to do this on Instagram to be able to get these long videos to go. We'll see if it even gets uploaded tonight. It'll probably be in the morning, depending. It's going to take at least 1 to 3 hours for this to upload on YouTube before I can even share it anywhere. Thank you for tuning in. This is video 2 of day 91. But depending on how it goes, this may be video 1 of day 93. Or day 92. Day 92, if I'm not mistaken. Jeez, I'm losing it. Thank you for watching. Tuning in to Dave's Daily D. Don't even think I did that in the intro. I know I did the what up! Love y'all. We're running into Friday. I'm going home to hug my dogs because I love them more than anything in life. I'm going to ice and take care of the muscle and get ready to go to the chiropractor in the morning. I'll see you guys on Friday. If this video is posted Friday, hey, this is carryover from Thursday. This might be the new plan to have the video from the day before posted the next day. We'll see. It might make things better for me. So, thank you. If you've watched this, especially if you've watched this entire video, thank you so much. Let me know. Comment. Direct message me wherever you're at. This goes on YouTube. This goes on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Wherever I can put this video goes. And I'm looking for momentum. I'm looking to get this video, especially this video. Please share this video. Like it, share it, tell people about it. Anybody you know that's been struggling, anybody who has depression, anybody who has major ups and downs, they're extremely passionate and things get to them, have them watch this video. Anybody you know is struggling, anybody you know is suffering loss, anybody that's in a dark time, please tell them to watch this, send them the link. Thank you so much for everybody who watches these videos. I don't know who even watches anymore, but I know I've got maybe 5 subscribers.